What happened to The Flash? 55 million opening weekend domestically, about 130 million worldwide. This was supposed to be the greatest comic book movie of all time, according to James Gunn and David Zaslav. Tom Cruise liked it, Stephen King, the novelist, liked it. But why didn't the audiences gravitate towards The Flash? Now, I actually watched this movie and I left my, out of the theater reaction. You can see that here on the channel. Wow. Here, and I liked the movie. I thought it was fun, man. I enjoyed seeing Michael Keaton back as Batman. I thought Sasha Calle as Supergirl was great. And I thought Ezra Miller did a tremendous job at performing two different Barry Allens and The Flash in this film. Performance-wise, they were all awesome. But what was the reason people were not going to see The Flash? Well, I have some thoughts on this, and I thought let's share them and let's hear from you guys as well in the comment section below. Okay, first and foremost, we just saw 9 seasons of The Flash on TV. That's right, 9 seasons. Grant Gustin was playing the title role. He did a great job. I actually liked his version of The Flash, probably even better than Ezra Miller's in terms of characterization of The Flash. But you've seen pretty much the same storyline that you're seeing in this movie right now, minus, of course, Batman and Supergirl play out in the TV series during the height of its popularity. And with the last couple of years of us being indoors, a lot of people couldn't go to the movie theaters because they weren't open. So what did they do? They started streaming content. And you're going to start streaming TV series. So I'm sure The Flash, since it has a lot of seasons under its belt, got a lot of streaming numbers out of there, which means you're ending the 9th season this year, actually a couple months ago. Now you're introducing The Flash movie with pretty much the same storyline as you saw on the TV show. Why would I want to spend a lot of my hard-earned money, take my family to a movie that's going to replicate what I just saw at home? That's one point, food for thought. Another point, Ezra Miller. Now let's not talk about their issues outside of their acting, which of course there's a lot of legal troubles happening. And it's going to be very, very challenging for them to get out of it. But I'm going to go beyond that. I'm going to go on a limb and say something that may be a little bit controversial, but I just didn't like Ezra Miller as The Flash. I didn't. They're a fantastic performer, a great actor. They did a great job in this film, portraying 2 different Barry Allens from 2 different timelines. And I mean, it was a beautiful performance, but I just don't see his characterization as the Flash that I gravitate towards too. And I don't think a lot of the audience does either. Now, it kind of worked in the Snyderverse in the sense that the Flash was always a sort of a supporting character, one-liners, a little bit quirky, a little bit of an oddball, but it sort of worked within the various different characters that Zack Snyder kind of brought together. But as a lead of a film, are we really interested in the Flash? Did Ezra's performance as the Flash through the Snyderverse to this point, did it make us excited to see a title film with this character? I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, I was watching and I was like, yeah, as good a performance as this was, there's no chemistry between him and Iris West whatsoever. Zero. It's almost like they were acting on 2 different days and they just kind of cut the scenes together. It was like, oh man, this really doesn't work at all. While the quirkiness works to some degree, you want to see a commonality in your heroes, be it that it's Captain America, or if it's Batman, or if it's Superman, or if it's somebody else. There has to be this part of the character where you go, okay, I'm on the journey with this person. They're my hero. They are going to take us through this journey, and we know we're going to be okay. We would love to see them fail and fall, but we know we're going to be okay, and there's that confidence. And I just don't feel that we have that confidence in the Flash as he's being portrayed right now through the characterization of Ezra Miller. And that's just a point that I have. You may disagree with me. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section below. By the way, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel right now, hit that like button as well. More content coming your way. Also, another point here. No Superman. Look, people like Superman, and they want to see Superman used correctly. And if Superman would have been in this film, you can keep Supergirl in there as well. I think Sasha Calle, as I mentioned before, did a fantastic job. I think she's great in the role, and hopefully she does more Supergirl in the future. Superman would have been a great mentor to Barry, and it also would have brought the audiences in, because for the last number of DC movies, we get hints of Superman, we get chatter about him, we get a cameo scene at the very end of the Black Adam, but we never get to see Superman as Superman for how many years? And he is the DC. He is the ultimate comic book hero. And if you don't utilize him in a film like this, where you need that gravitas, you're missing out. And I would bet you right now, if Henry Cavill was in this film as one of the top 3 billed actors in it, it would have done a lot better. All right, and before we go to my next point, here's a quick message from our sponsor.
If you're looking for a laptop that has both power and portability, look no further than the Asus ZenBook 14X OLED. It features a large 70 watt-hour battery and stunning nano-edge 14.5-inch 2.8K 120Hz OLED display. Powered by the latest 13th Gen Intel Core i9 CPU and RTX 3050 GPU, all packed in a thin 16.9mm chassis that only weighs 1.5 kilograms, so you can stay focused at work or play. For more information, check out asus.com.
Also, another point here, Michael Keaton as Batman is great.
Yeah. I'm Batman.
But for the younger generation out there, they have not seen the 89 Batman movies. They probably saw George Clooney and Val Kilmer, and then of course, Christian Bale, The Dark Knight, and then now Ben Affleck, and we're going with Robert Pattinson, but they've never seen the 89 movie. So to relate to that Batman may be a little bit far-fetched. But again, you're not going to get Christian Bale into something like this, so, well, there you have it. Okay, another factor, the James Gunn announcement. That killed the DCU, man. That killed all these films. I mean, I get why they wanted to make the announcement. They're going to take over the DC portion of Warner Brothers properties, and they're going to revamp it. But the moment that he made that announcement, you could pretty much kiss all the box office numbers on these movies goodbye. That's it. And I'm sure Warner Brothers looking back on it now, looking at the books going, maybe we should have waited for this announcement. And I personally would have waited because I love Gunn and I can't wait to see what he does with this with Superman and what he does with the DCU, because I think he's going to bring a lot of cool things to it. But I think that announcement was a bit too premature. I know the fans wanted to hear it. I know that the insiders, the trade, all the publications, they wanted to hear what's going on. What are they going to do with the movie? Who's going to stay? Who's going to go? But I think they should have stopped the announcement, and I don't think they should have said that nobody's going to be who or this or that, and let the cameos or whatever was going to be the film be in the film. And then at the very end, when Aquaman ends this run, they can come in and say, look, we're going to start as a clean, fresh slate. These are going to be the actors who are playing these characters. This is the tone we're going for. This is the vibe we're going for. And then it feels, as an audience, you're on board. Right now, you look through Facebook comments, they're like, who's who? Who's playing Wonder Woman? What's going on with Superman? What's going on with Batman? Who's Batman? People are confused. And I think that confusion means people aren't going to spend their money. And one final thought here, because it's something that people don't really talk about that much online. Look, through the past couple of years, we have not been able to go to a movie theater, right? I mean, last year was kind of the first time we could sort of do that in a safe capacity. So between 2020 and you could say 2022, the beginning of it, people were buying technology, TVs, computers, laptops. They were getting into streaming more because that's the only entertainment they could get. And so now, much like how when the digital music came into play, where you could either buy a song or buy an album, you're now seeing that happen to film. People are going to watch how much they spend in terms of films. If it's a film that they feel is worthy of spending that $50 to $100 to go with their family to a theater, they'll do it. But if they can say, hey, wait a second, I can wait 30 days and watch this on streaming, I don't need to see it. I'll watch it on streaming. And I think you're seeing that happen. So with these superhero films, if everything is saving the universe, and the multiverse, and the multiverse, which is very confusing, audiences are like, wait a second, I'm just going to watch it at home. It'll save me money, and if the movie's not good, it's okay. I only spent a couple of hours of my time. But if the movie's not good, I've not only spent a lot of my hard-earned money due to inflation right now, which is, everybody's tightening up their wallets, but at the same time, I lost 2 or 3 hours. So there needs to be an adjustment in terms of how we view content, how we look at the box office. And I think you're seeing that happen. That's coming into play. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on The Flash, why it didn't do so well at the box office. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you have anything to add? We'd love to hear from you guys. Once again, subscribe to us. Helps us out a lot. Take care, stay safe, and I will chat to you soon. Bye.